Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been going on in my life. And in today's video, I want to talk about this idea, of how to deal with fear and how to combat it. And basically, I've been thinking about this, um, and basically, I think the best way to deal with fear is through curiosity and learning. And so the reason behind this is that usually fear comes from a place of uncertainty and not knowing what's going to happen, or you know how you're going to survive something if it happens, or it just comes from a lack of information. And so there are multiple ways that you can deal with lack of information. So the first thing is you what what I can do, like what I've found to be helpful, is if I'm able to obtain the information, then just seek it out. Uh, and most of the time that helps me resolve all of my fears. But there are some fears that, despite seeking out information, that persist, and they're usually about things that you really can't control. And so the best thing that you can do is understand on a deeper level that you cannot control this, and take the stoic approach, which is just acceptance of the uncertainty. And basically that allows you to deal with that fear in the moment. Is that, okay, for now I don't have to deal with this. And so basically that usually delays, I mean, it's not that it delays the fear, it just keeps it for now, which is enough actually, because as long as you focus on the present moment, uh, and just focus what's right on what's right in front of you, especially when you're uncertain about an outcome and that's completely outside of your control, then that really helps with making peace with the fact that it's outside of your control. And yeah, that's how I've been trying to combat fear and stuff. So the reason that I'm thinking about this is that, I don't know, I have this reoccurring fear of like not finding the right person to be my partner, and stuff like this, and like all of the downstream impact of that, having kids and stuff. And like it used to honestly like get to me in the past, but I've learned to manage it in the sense that now, like basically I'm doing the things that are aligned with my future self, with the person that I want to become, the person that I aspire to become, and that makes that fear less pronounced, because basically I figured that the kind of person that I want to be with, what they want, like what they would probably appreciate from me, is for me to be the best person that I can be in my eyes, in like in terms of my values, and basically be acting in an aligned way with regards to the person that I aspire to be. And that's also how I want whoever I partner up with to be. I want them to be aligned with their life's purpose, and like aligned with the person that they dream of becoming. And basically the goal of the relationship would be to help each other and support each other on the way there, and just have an internal belief in each other's abilities, and have basically just really each of us, for each of us to have someone who will support them 100%. And the best way that I'm counteracting this fear is by becoming the person that I aspire to be, by sticking to my commitments to myself, by taking actions that are aligned with the kind of person that I want to become and aligned with my values. And that's how I partially deal with this fear. But also, another aspect of that is actually learning more about relationships and what causes relationships to fail, and like everything that has to do with relationship science. And I've been listening to quite a few podcasts about this. Today, I listened to the podcast episode with Paul Brunson on the Diary of a CEO. I think it's the second time that he comes on the podcast of the Diary of a CEO. And it was just such a good podcast episode. I think he just released a book, which I might actually start reading this week. And I also listened to the podcast episode on Jay Shetty's podcast with Esther Perel, and like it's just so helpful to learn from the actual science of relationships, like what are the failure points of relationships, like why do some relationships fail, why do some relationships succeed, and basically that will help me spot the right person. And basically this thing that Paul Brunson said is that the number one reason for breakups is not basically it's not money, it's not like all of these reasons that people say that they are the reason that they broke up. But basically, actually, there are two reasons. So the first one is that we usually select the wrong partners. And the second thing is that basically we don't deal with conflict in the right way. And so just learning about these things, like bridging this information gap about what makes a good relationship would hopefully help me identify the people that with whom basically the relationship would be an uplifting relationship rather than a relationship that's like uninspiring and like bad for both of us basically. So just basically bridging this information gap is also helping me deal with this fear, because at least now I know, like, because I know, like, the thing about me is that I'm a very sensitive person, in the sense that I can feel a lot of things like very granularly, but I'm not able to put them into words. And basically I'm only able to express them like a long time after whatever happened. And so what did I want to say? Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, so basically I'm very attuned to when someone feels right or they don't. But it does not always mean that I make the right decisions when it comes to people. Sometimes I know that someone is not good for me, and I still try to I don't know, like try to make something happen. But I think I am aware of it, in the sense that, I mean, honestly, I right now I'm just like, yes, of course I'm looking for the right partner, but I also need a bit more experience, because I haven't had any significant experiences. Like, yes, I have had quite a few relationships, like, but they were very brief and not really like basically in this episode he talks about this idea that basically for women who are attracted to men, uh, they allow themselves to be selected rather than actually date someone that they actually like. It's just people who actually show interest in them and they allow themselves to be selected without actually liking the other person that much. And I think almost all of the relationships that I've been in the past have been exactly that. And they have not actually been from a place of me really liking the person. Like they usually liked me more than I liked them. And that means that honestly, I have not really had any significant, you know, true relationship. That does not mean that I've never been in love. I have been in love with people that I did not have relationships with. Like, I don't know, it was a crush or something. But yeah, so that's a topic that I'm definitely trying to be more knowledgeable about because as I don't know, I don't remember who said it. As Sheryl Sandberg said in her book Lean In, that basically your relationship, like who you choose to partner up with, is the single most important decision of your career. And also, Warren Buffett also said that the single most important decision of your life is who you choose to partner up with. This is not a decision to be taken lightly. And also, that's also not an excuse for inaction. I think I should probably be dating, but I'm not right now. Like, I'm not on dating apps, I'm not on anything, just trying to work on myself. Because when I did try dating apps, honestly, I didn't like how they made me feel. Like, it felt like I was not good enough. And so I would rather not be in competition with other people over some people that I like. It's like especially on a dating app, like the decisions that people are like you're making to swipe right or left are completely arbitrary, and like the person does not actually know you. And also, I'm not entirely sure of the pool, like of the pool of people that are available around where I live. Maybe I'll have a better chance moving to another bigger city. But yeah, those are some of the things that I've been thinking about lately and trying to figure out a solution for. So yeah, obviously still open topics. Still have not figured this out. But I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic that it will happen. So I don't need to worry about it, and I don't need to be in a state of fear because it's like the same way that you're when you're driving. If you're trying to avoid something and you look towards it, you're actually gonna go towards it. So the best thing to avoid, the best way to avoid it is not to focus on it. What allows me to not focus on it is to learn about the topic in a way that it become like the right behaviors or like the right like in a way that this knowledge about relationships gets so assimilated by my brain that it becomes intuition. So just by basically training my intuition better, and that way I won't be making conscious decisions, but basically I would have trained my unconscious mind to make the right decisions about this. So yeah, for now it's the cool for me to read a bit more about this. I'm not sure if I will actually do it. I will let my own curiosity drive my readings for this week, etc. So no pressure. let's see how it goes. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you about. I'll keep you updated on this topic, obviously. As I learn more about it, I'll feel more compelled to talk about it. So you probably hear more about this in the future from me. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in today. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, the one right before this one, or you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. Thanks a lot for tuning in today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I choose your time of day is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.